Michelle Oddo with the Oddo Group here at Luminate Home Loans. And the big question about the bubble, we get it every day. Are we in a bubble? Are we in a bubble? No, we're not in a bubble. This is why we're not in a bubble. And also I want to kind of give a market update and wrap that all in with the answer to that question. So it is currently July, almost August 2021 here in the Denver metro market. And what we're seeing across the board is that, and we see this every year, but it's really exaggerated this year just because the market was so crazy hot, that it's slowed down a little bit. And so of course people freak out. They're like, oh my gosh, it slowed down. See, we're in a bubble. I knew it. No, we're not in a bubble. It slowed down because of normal life happenstance that happens every year. It's not new. Summer vacation, 4th of July, kids are getting ready to go back to college, kids are getting ready to go back to school, people are on their summer vacations, all the things that contribute to a little bit slower market. In addition, we are seeing more people that were maybe apprehensive before or nervous or sitting on the sidelines with the continued low rates, putting their home on the market. So a double positive. We have more inventory than we had before, and we have less active looking buyers at the moment because of the temporary things going on in the summer that we see every single year. No one should be surprised. Once school starts, boom, it gets crazy again. That's what we always see. So why are we not in a bubble? Well, there are several factors, 3 specifically, that are contributing to us being in a more of a protected place and market than we were back in 2008. Everybody references 2008 and how scary that time was, and it was. But there were 3 things happening then that are not happening now, and those are huge factors for a bubble, and we don't have those factors right now. So number 1, the loans that were being made back in 2008 were very risky, crazy loans. Lenders were making loans on very low credit scores, not documenting income, very little down for down payment. So you had these high loan to value loans, not a lot of skin in the game, not a big down payment on a borrower with a low credit score, income that's not even verified. And a lot of those loans were ARMs, meaning they adjusted. So 2 years into the deal, the payment went through the roof and the buyer couldn't make the payment. You could see how that's a recipe for disaster. Today's market, that's not happening. The average consumer, the average homeowner in America has 20% equity in their home. So 80% or lower in terms of a loan. So that means there's room there for borrowers if they want to sell, they're not upside down. The equity isn't worth the home isn't worth less than they owe, right? The other thing is we have way more demand than we have supply. That was not the case in 2008. In 2008, you saw a huge amount of builders building homes at a rapid rate, crazy rate. We have not, over the last decade, we've had a huge deficit in building. The builders have not been building. And right now we're seeing somewhere around a 5% start rate of new homes. And that's kind of in that safe window of they're not going to stop building because we don't have so much inventory, but we're still nowhere near where we need to be in terms of inventory and new homes entering the market from builders. And the third thing that we also are seeing that's very different today than back in 2008 is that first-time home buyers make up over 35% of the market right now in terms of buyers. So previous, to that was not the case. But now we're seeing all these first-time home buyers, 30% were millennials purchasing new homes. They have the desire to buy, they have the income, they have the savings, and they're very well prepared. And they're not doing, the debt ratios are low. That's the average of what we're seeing. People are not overextending themselves. And so it's just a much more qualified buyer and a much bigger desire of new buyers entering the market that maybe even were put off by all of the crazy over asking that we were seeing before that are also now stepping back into the buyer pool. That's good news for us. We want a more level market. We don't want a market where buyers are afraid to even step in because they know they're going to have to pay crazy prices to buy that home. And you as a seller, it's great when you're making that money, but if you want to turn around and buy another home, that's not great for you either, right? So we want a level market. We want to see some semblance of normalcy. We don't need 30 offers over asking price. We're seeing 5, 6, a much more normal market. So if you have questions regarding the temperature of the market out there, what buyers and sellers are doing, what we're seeing, give us a call. We'd love to talk mortgage, talk real estate. We do it all day, every day. Ask my husband. I even do it at night, and it's going to be shut off sometimes. But Michelle Oddo, the Oddo Group, Luminate Home Loans. Love to talk shop. Give us a call. Thanks.